Hello, Reverend David.
I am fine.
It's a
Yes,
pleasure.
Brother Mark.
Yes. I've always wanted to come and see you.
Today is the day.
Yeah, we have known each other for quite some time,
I
and
know.
you're always an inspiration to me. When I landed here in South Bend, Indiana, you took me as a son, and I'm glad we are doing this with you
Yes.
as the first guest I have
We thank God.
in this show. The reason why we are doing this show is to look for kingdom entrepreneurs. And there was nobody better than to start the show than my spiritual father and my mentor. Yeah, and I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to come and we share your story and just listen to the nuggets of wisdom you've been sharing all through.
I'm glad you came and feel welcome. My name is Reverend Pastor Teacher David Muturi Warui, and I was born in Kenya, East Africa, in Central Province, Gatodo North today, Thika District. Actually, my brother, my background sometimes is amazing because when I am praying in the morning, I always like to remind God where He took me from. Me, I started as a shepherd boy in the Nyandarua forest, what we could call currently Cane Forest. Up to the age of, let's say, around 9, I was still there.
So keeping goats,
looking after my father's animals, and some of my habits and traits that have kept me going. Yes. I'm almost 60. Is because of the challenges I found in the forest. One, being bullied by bigger boys. Number two, encountering all kinds of animals. Yes. I encountered buffaloes, elephants, name all kinds of big, game animals in the forest. So at that age, and encountering that kind of hostile environment, I learned to be very self-confident, to fight and create my space. I went to school at the age of 9. One of the reasons is I would have gone at the age of 8, but I was still a young, small boy. I was not, my head has always remained small. Yes. So when those days we were to touch our ear, for them to approve you for class 1.
That's how you qualify for.
Yes. So when I went, every time I tried, I would not reach. So they would say he's not yet ready.
Really started from a very humble background, we would say.
Extremely humble. My dad was a peasant farmer. My mom was also a peasant farmer. I'm glad to say they were illiterate because that's what it was. They had just come out of the Mau Mau struggle, which was also very difficult for people in central Kenya. But I thank God they were able to take us through primary and secondary school. I went to one of the good secondary school those days, more high school. Then from there, I went to A level, advanced level, from 5, from 6. Yes. Then from there, I did 1 year stint as an untrained teacher. Then I went to the National Youth Service for 6 months.
Oh, that is when Kenya you had to...
Yeah, you had to do 6 months of pre-university training as at the National Youth Service. After the National Youth Service, then I joined the University of Nairobi. Those days, really, it was a bit funny because...
Which year was this?
This is in the 80s, around 86, 87. And those days, we didn't have people to mentor you. So we were just excited we were going to the university. So when we went there, they would bring a basket and you put your head in there if you are like doing arts. So whatever comes out, philosophy, sociology, government, that's what you do. So I ended up in government, political science. I married in 1992, and then around 1999, year 2000, my kids were going to a boarding school that was very competitive, called Bethlehem Academy. It's in Ruiru. And the principal there used to head a national school called Ridge, that was owned by one Dr. Edda Gashukia. You could remember because she was a great name. she was a great educationist.
Yes.
So this principal started to hit the top in the country.
Yes.
You would find among the top 5, or there are at least a candidate, a student from his school,
or the top 5 performing
in the whole country,
nationwide.
Yeah, he would always have 1 or 2 among the top 5.
Yes.
So one of my eldest daughter was in that school. When she became number 1 3 times in a row, he called me to the school and he said, David, this school is extremely competitive.
Yes.
We have never found a student who maintains position 1 twice. Now the fact that your daughter has maintained 3 times,
yes,
that is now just even beyond just knowledge. Maybe we could say it's a gift of God.
Yes.
But I would strongly recommend, as your friend and also as her principal,
yes,
try to see how you can take these students out of the country because they have a great potential.
Yes.
So I went back, I discussed with my wife, and then I asked the kids how they would think about that. They looked excited about it. I started looking at different ways of how we could come here. And by the grace of God, I tried the Green Card Diversity program.
Yes.
And on the third attempt, I got it.
Okay.
So we were able to come over, all of us here, in the year 2003.
Would you say that even you coming to America and that season, once it was God ordained?
The coming here to USA, I needed a divine confirmation.
Yes.
Because I had like 5 different opportunities before. So my coming here,
yes,
it was truly divine. Okay. And I just want to interject and tell you something.
Yes.
3 days before I flew out of Kenya,
yes,
I was doing a 3-day fast, and I said, God, I will not leave Kenya until you show me a sign. And I remember hearing almost an audible voice.
Yes.
What kind of a sign are you looking for, David? And I told him, I want to see a clear rainbow on top of my house.
Okay.
I can tell you even the specific date.
That was a very bold ask.
I have been bold before God. So on Friday is when I did that prayer. I think on Saturday, that was fast. No, it should have been November 30th. On Saturday, it was, I think, November 1st. Because on 2nd, it was a Sunday. And I flew out of Kenya on 3rd, which was a Monday. So on 2nd, we had a family gathering. They came to bid me farewell. Yes. We had a great day. We ate, we drank, we sang, we prayed. And then everybody slept in the house. Now, on Monday morning, my grandmother was there, my mother was there, my brothers were there, my aunts, my uncles. Those days coming to America, man,
yeah,
was a great family.
Yes, I can imagine.
So on early Monday morning, you know those days our restrooms were outside.
Yes.
They were pit. P-I-T.
Yes.
So I come out early around, let's say 7. I am going out there. And I see some strange formations in the sky. So I stand for a minute. And then I see crowds come from Gong. They come all, they cover the whole of the sky in my house. Yeah. And then I see a rainbow form from Gong Hills up to my house. Yes. Solid rainbow. I call my wife. Honey, come out. Yes. I told her, just tell me, who do you see? Yes. He said, David, this is a rainbow. He said, that's all I wanted you to see.
Did she know you wanted?
No, I didn't share anything.
Yes.
I just wanted to confirm. Yes. It's not an illusion.
Yes.
Then I called my mom. As she stepped on the door frame, everything wiped away. Like the way you could clean a blackboard. Yes. So I knew God has confirmed. From Detroit is where I landed. Then from Detroit, we took a very small plane, like for 20 people, to South Bend Airport here. Yes. And I had never been in such a, I thought all aircrafts are big. It was small. I could see even the pilot right there at the cockpit. Okay. Yeah, I was very close to him. And I was at the window. So as we were descending here over Lake Michigan, yes, the same rainbow come again. And I can see it touching the airport, yes, and coming all the way over to the aircraft. Wow. I wish those days we had these smartphones. Yeah. Yeah, I would have taken a video.
So when you came, then you started looking for work or a teaching job, or
Mark,
what happened?
nobody told me how this country works. My brother who invited me, who hosted me, had never done even one day of work. So he had no clue.
Yeah.
So when I read it, the first thing that he did is to introduce me to the church and to members. And because of my excitement with the preaching, I preached and preached. I discovered 2 months are over. But God was good, because there were some white ladies, sisters, who really were very concerned when they heard that I had a family and about my background. So they were giving us support with that brother. And about 3 months before my family joined me, we had gone to an event. And somebody asked me, David, are you planning to get a job? I said, yes. Where have you been looking for a job? So I said, the factory, blah, blah. He said, that one you will look for it forever. The easiest job here is a CNA. I asked, what is a CNA? It's a certified nursing aide. So I asked, how do you get that? I was told that one, you have to go for a training, maybe for a month. Then you are certified. Those are the jobs where you will never miss an opportunity. So I went to a training college down here in South Bend called Michiana something, and I trained as certified nursing aide. Then later I did homemaker, HMA, and then HHA. Those are all to do with keeping up a house, working in a group home, working in a nursing home.
So for people who don't understand what kind of job that is,
this is where you take care of disadvantaged people or old people. It's just basic direct care. You are trained on how to make their beds, how to change them, how to just basically you feed them, how you lift them, how you help them feed. Anything to do with the direct care. These are people who cannot help themselves.
Did you transition now into business?
I did that job for quite a long time, because when my family came, my youngest daughter was only 2 years old. So according to my wisdom, I told the mother, because we don't want these children to undergo what they call cultural shock, stay with them and let me work. So those days I was doing like 4 jobs, 120 hours a week. And so for the first like 1.5 years, it was very tough. And so after that, my wife also trained, and she joined me, and then we started now to share. And then after some time, we agreed with my wife, because my focus was still eventually to focus on ministry and preaching. We agreed that she go to school as a nurse, train, and then when she graduate, now she can start for the family, and me, I can do more ministry. After all the encounters out there, I started feeling like I don't want to do the job of nursing. I didn't feel like I want to stay in the direct care. I feel like I want to do something that can support me, be able to do more for the kingdom. So I only worked for 2 weeks. And then I quit. I asked my wife to give me time to ask God what else I can do. And she was very gracious. She said, it's okay, honey. So for the whole of 2009, I was just in prayer, asking God, what do I do next?
For the entire year?
Almost for the entire year. So I remember that's the time I fasted for 120 days. That's how serious I am. And then God started to show me different things I can do. And business came into my heart and my mind. I started to look for Africans that were doing business. Unfortunately, those days they were very few. So there is a brother from Kenya who is called Douglas Thuku, who had a big building downtown opposite the post office.
Yeah.
So I used to go there and I used to admire the way he would receive money on a daily basis.
Yes.
Instead of waiting for
from a
pay slip or a paycheck.
Yeah, and the other job you are being paid every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, and it was not much.
Yes.
Sometimes 300, sometimes 400. So I asked him whether he could just sublease me a very small section, like a 200 square feet. And then my plan those days was I bring carvings from Kenya and I do it part-time. So I would go there, I would help him, clean stuff.
So even the carving and the things from Kenya, it was also kind of a download that you had gotten from God, or it was just something that
No, it's what I had found when I was in Kenya.
Okay.
I found so many people who were doing that, and I thought it is easy to
do it and to venture.
Yes. And I knew that carvings would do better here.
Yes.
So I just wanted a small place to start. And I did not want to start like big. I wanted to start small and grow.
Yes.
So we kind of agreed that he would sublease me a small section as the year was coming to an end. And as the year came to an end, there is an emergency that happened. I think the wife was sick or something, and he had to fly out of the country. And he needed some cash. So he said, because you've been interested in subleasing, why don't you do a down payment?
Yes.
And then when I come back, we formalize. He said, that's fine. So I gave him some money. He went out. And then 2010, he did not come back as we had anticipated.
Yes.
2 months, 3 months. And now he had left me with all the keys to the business. So he would tell me, oh, just go open, make sure there is no water leakage, everything is in place. But then the bills started to pile up. Electric bill, water bill. He would tell me, oh, please pay for me, and then we shall, reconcile when I come back.
Yes.
So like after 4 months, I told him, no, I cannot continue like this. So he told me, then why don't you open the business?
Wow.
Man! That's how I started.
Wow.
Started negotiating.
Okay.
And he told me, I can sell you the entire business. Give me some down payment as goodwill. Then I will sell you the stock.
Yes.
So eventually we reached a settlement. And I bought the business.
Okay.
And I transitioned. I now signed a new lease with the owner. And that's how I started.
Wow.
I believe in seeking advice and direction, not only from the Lord, but from close confidence and real mentors, people who have experience. So I approached a couple of people who had done business and people I thought they were close to me.
Africans or people from Kenya or everybody? Okay.
Some of them were white, others were Africans, African Americans. So after getting all these opinions, most people were of the opinion that it was time to close because I was not really making any move.
Yes.
But my wife said no. Whatever it will take, let us do it. But you cannot close that place. So now that's where prayer now comes in. When my wife said no, I said, okay, God, I give me strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, excellence, ability, power, skill, doors.
Amen. Yes.
That's when I really prayed in tongues. Then the Lord spoke. He said, get strong. I had a good friend of mine, a Russian, that I had known when I was conducting. That time I'm also conducting a prayer center in Elkhart.
Yes.
In a building that we are calling Kingdom Center.
That is about 20 miles from here.
From here. And I was going every Wednesday to train people on how to pray, how to read the Bible, how to, things like that. So the rad road was a Russian called Vitaly. So Vitaly knew what I was doing. So he was in excavation and demolition business. There was a hotel on 933 just before you hit the state line.
Yes.
It's called Knights Inn, and they wanted to demolish it. It had 600 rooms. And Vitaly told me he wanted me to go and see what was in there because there was furniture, there was appliances, and some other things like that.
Yes.
So we made an appointment and I went there. He introduced me to the owners, Ron Patel and Victor Patel. They were Asians.
Yes.
And he said that they are willing to sell everything to me if I'm willing. And if I can take them all out within a certain time limit.
Everything you mean like what?
Now I'm going to explain.
Yes.
So we do a walk in. The first room. Every room has 2 beds. Either a full size and a queen,
yes,
or a full size and a twin. 2 beds.
Yes.
It has a dresser. It has a mirror. It has a microwave. It has a table. It has 4 chairs. It has a fridge. It has, just imagine in a hotel room.
Hotel, yes.
Everything is in there.
Yes.
So I did a quick calculation and I found even if you go down, every room has like $200. Multiply that by 600 rooms. Tell me what the amount is.
Wow.
So I said, this is big business. So I went back to Ron Patel and his son, and I said, I think I can do the cleaning, but I don't have much money. So they asked me, how much do you think you can afford? I said, me, I can only afford $2,000. They laughed. They looked at each other and they laughed. They thought maybe this guy has no clue. He's just joking.
Yes.
But anyway, they told me, we should let you into a few rooms.
Yes.
We give you like 3 days, and then you bring us a report whether it's something that you can be able to do. I didn't have a truck. I didn't have workers. So I went to U-Haul.
Yes.
I hired
and you rented
that big. I rented that big truck.
Yes.
I hired a driver, and then I hired 3 guys. They were glad at least we were emptying everything.
And they didn't have anywhere to take these things.
It's a big problem here. After the third day, I discovered with the U-Haul and all these daily expenses, I'm not going to make much money. So I go back to Vitali and ask him to sell me a truck. He used to be in the trucking business. And I'll do a down payment. And he gave me a very good GMC. Now that became my first truck.
Yes. This is a pickup.
Pickup, yeah, a big one. And then I hired 2 guys. One used to be in construction, this insurance construction business. So he knew a lot. He was a white guy called Licky. Stall.
Yes.
He told me a lot of things.
Yes.
So after, I think 2 weeks, the son called me from Seattle. He asked me the progress I was making. I think we had done like 30 rooms. And he said, David, I have got good news for you. As a family, we have agreed. Take out everything for free. And you have 3 months. Hallelujah!
That is the hand of God.
Brother, I moved those things.
So you had time to do it?
The thing I did now,
yes,
I emptied the building and I packed it to capacity.
And that building was quite big.
It was 25,000 square feet.
Yes, I remember.
So now here I have 25,000 square feet of space full of appliances, beds, and furniture. That was 2013. When the code enforcement came,
yes,
they did not write a very good report. So we entered into a very serious conflict. I said, I'm going to talk to your boss.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk to any junior officer. So the top man in the whole of South Bend said was called Mr. Goodman. So he came, when I walked to him like the way I've walked you through here,
yes,
he just looked at me and he said, how long have you been in this? I said, 2 years. And he laughed, and then he asked me, what are you going to do with all this? I said, Mr. Goodman, I'm going to sell everything.
Yes.
He shook my hand.
Yes,
He
like
said,
that.
I wish you good luck. And that was the end of the story. People started to come from north, south, east, west.
You had advertised, or what happened?
No, that was the main highway like this one.
Oh, so they are seeing.
So and then referrals. A person would come, a dresser that's going for $100, I'm selling it for 40. A bed that is going for 200, I'm selling it for 50. So people would go and bring their whole families. I had to employ like 10 people.
Oh, and this product and these products you're basically doing 100% almost.
Of course, because I did not buy.
Yes.
Let me say, within like the first 2 weeks, I returned back all my expenses.
All the expenses.
Remember, like I had like close to 800 mattresses or 800 beds.
Yes. 600
microwaves. I had like TVs, flat screens. I had like 400. Man,
that was the.
So people started coming.
Yes.
Nobody goes empty from Boas.
Wow, that's a.
So if you came, I would ask you, what can you afford?
Yes.
I would give a very high price.
Then
like for a mattress, because we are good, like 200, and then somebody, if you fringe, I say, okay, can you afford half of it?
Yes.
100. If you still fringe, I say, okay, take it for 50. So people kept on buying and buying and buying. Within like a year, I had money, and I had money, good money.
That is God. You can how He arranged everything for you, confirming even the business, and giving you the strategies and the clients and where to get these products.
That's right.
They just
you see, God sometimes He works in mysterious ways. Yes. His word has to perform. So when I look back with the hindsight, I see they were angels. Like this Ron and his father Victor, how they got into my life, how he took me like his son, how they would look at this African guy who is funny. I don't know up to this day, because we have maintained a very close relationship. They were very open. They would assist me, they would call me, and they would tell me, David, just we don't want anything, just get them out.
That is fair.
And they also trusted me. They would give me every key to every room, even where there was money. And they had trusted me that I cannot take a penny.
Yes.
Or if they would tell me, you can take everything except ABCD.
Yes.
And I would make sure even my people know, whatever they have said, nobody touches. So up to today, we are still very close friends.
So that is how the business started, and that's how it grew.
So you can imagine after that, the business grew. So now I started furniture, I started appliances, I started this electronics, I started. So now I just had a good footing.
Yes.
Yes. Now my rod became very envious.
Yes.
So he come and he find that the stock is growing. He hiked the rent from 600 to 900 to 1200 to 1500 to 2000 to 2000 and to 2500. By 2015, he told me, you have to pay me 3,000 for you to continue in this.
That is greed.
And he was even very, 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 very rough. He never maintained the building. I never passed any inspection by code enforcement, by fire department, because he was not maintaining the business. So I was paying very high rent, and at the same time, I was maintaining the business, and like there was a problem of leaking and flooding. So I used to lose a lot of property. So for that reason, I started to struggle. And I started to reconsider either to relocate the business, or to look for an alternative site, which maybe probably I would buy. In 2016, he was very open. He said, I want you out of this building. I really don't take it personal. That's very normal. Because if you just, rent a business, and then you come and find that you cannot even step in everywhere, you might be tempted to think the guy is making a lot of money, but he's only paying you very little. We moved all over this city,
looking for a new premise.
We are praying. We are trusting God. One day the Lord told me, get into your truck. I hear when God speaks. When I reached there, there was this big billboard saying this property is on sale. The Lord said, stop. I parked my truck over there. And I stepped. I looked at the number that was on the billboard. I called, and a guy answered, a white guy. I said, sir, I'm outside the property, the building that you are trying to sell, and I'm interested. Can you open for me? Within like 5 minutes, he was here.
Yes.
He opened, he took me through the building, as I have shown you.
Yes.
I said, oh Lord, this is what we could call Eureka. I found what I was looking for.
Yes.
Obtaining also a loan from a commercial loan. It's so hard in this country because of cheating.
Yes.
People go, they obtain a huge amount of money, then within a few months, they file a bankruptcy, so the money gets lost. So to be approved in America for a commercial loan, you have to really be thoroughly examined. So they wanted a 700,000 financial statement. Yes, me, do you think you can obtain that? I said, yes, I will.
700,000 US dollars.
US dollars to prove that I'm able. I was able to do that also through some miracles. I did not go to seek people's statements or anything. God gave me some wisdom
too.
And I'm not gonna reveal that on camera. But I was able to prove that I'm more than 700,000. So they approved me. This price was going for like 150,000, but we settled at around 100,000. So I obtained a 70,000 loan, and I paid 30 cash, and that was settled.
Wow.
2017.
So you own this place now?
This place is mine since 2017. Wow. On 4th August 2018, it was a Sunday. Around 5 in the evening, after I had gone home and just relaxing, a friend of mine called me and said, I saw some fire vehicles moving to your new building. You better go and check what's happening there. I thought it was a joke. But however, I drove from Mishawaka to here. I could see smoke as far as 1 mile away. But I couldn't believe because that building did not have electricity or anything. So there was no way there would be fire. But now when I reached, I found the adjacent building was an auto repair store. And some homeless people had broken through the back part of it, and they were staying there. So that afternoon, I don't know what they did, they started a fire. Then the fire had started to spread. When I arrived there, oh my father, oh Lord, I have videos that you cannot believe. Because that fire was going up like 20 feet. And there was a huge...
Because you had mattresses?
No, it's not in my building. It's in the adjacent building. There were 5 fire trucks. They were trying to fight it, but there was a wind that was so crazy. So when I came there and I saw the fire will cross over to my building, I told God no. Oh no. I refused. Anyway, the fire crossed over and I lost the entire merchandise. It's estimated at $100,000.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I had not even insured anything because it was supposed to be very temporary. It was transitional. And the guy that had rented to me was still in the process of purchasing the building from the city. So he had not yet acquired the documents which are required by insurance, even to insure the building. So all of us,
it was total loss.
It was total loss. Actually, it was only ashes. There was a lot of adjustments that I had to do. But one good thing is that I had a very good, and even up to now, I had a very good relationship with my suppliers. People who bring me these appliances. And so when they had the tragedy that I went through, they worked with me. Some of them, they gave me some of these things on credit. So I started to receive new supplies of mattresses and appliances. And within a short time, my customers started to come back.
So you're back in business.
So I started again. And now we are even more than full capacity. Here mainly, we have got 3 categories of items. There are those that are new. Those ones we only ask for them or order them for specific customers. Like he was renovating a new house.
Yes.
He's our old-time customer.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go somewhere else.
Yes.
So we ask for a specific order. We want this stainless steel, this kind of a fridge, these dimensions. When can you supply? Then we get those kind of orders, and even the same with mattresses. Then we have those that we buy working. Like from Best Buy, from Menards, from other places. I also do a lot of business with the city, like with the housing authority.
Yes.
So when they want like to renew their stock, they call me. Sometimes they have like 300 refrigerators. I buy them as a lot. I buy the entire stock.
Yes.
So I bring it over here, and then I go one by one. What need to be fixed, I fix. What need to be sold as is sold, and whatever cannot be fixed, we just scrap. So we have those arrangements.
What advice would you give young kingdom entrepreneurs who want to stay true to their faith, who want to live according to the principles of the kingdom in regards to wealth?
Number one, trust God as your source. Don't trust people. I've read the Bible, and the Bible does not tell you to beware of animals, whether lions, buffaloes, or any other, or bears. The Bible does not tell you to beware of snakes, reptiles, or even fish like whale, or eagles in the sky. But the Bible tells you, beware of men. Whether you are a spirit-filled, tongue-speaking, you must know that men will always be men. Beware of them. So you have to know who your customers are. Know the good ones and the bad ones. You have to be very careful so that you don't chase away a good customer. And at the same time, you do not entertain a high maintenance customer. Because there are some customers who have got ill motive. You come buy a fridge like this, it's working great. They go, they mess it up. Then they call you, or come and check. Or after 2 weeks, oh, it's not working, blah, blah. Things like that. Number two, look at the bigness of your God. Never at the bigness of the challenge, or the bigness of your building, or the bigness of your stock, or the bigness of your clientele or your customers. Never. You will never outdo God in expansion and extension.
That is his department.
So, me, I can never limit myself.
Yes.
If today I'm asked, can you supply 1 million refrigerators in 90 days? I will say yes. Because I'm not depending on this stock.
Yes.
I'm depending on what God can help me.
Yes.
So there is no one single time you will come here and you ask me for a fridge and I say I don't have. Or I don't sell that. No. My answer always is yes. And I'm very confident. Point number 3. Everybody should understand Luke chapter 16. Especially those who are in the kingdom. Those who are beginning. Luke chapter 16 is where Jesus gave a very unusual parable. It's called the parable of the shrewd steward.
Yes.
In the world, all we do is just to steward. To steward means you are only here on behalf of somebody else who is more senior for who is more greater. And to me, I'm here on behalf of God. So in that specific parable, Jesus says there was a guy that was employed to look after his master's business. And the time came and the master said, I'm about to retire you or to fire you or whatever the language was. And the guy said, I've never been in farming. All my life, I've never cultivated. What am I going to do?
Yes.
And he said, now I have discovered what I'm going to do. He started to visit the master's clients or customers. And he would ask, Mark, how much do you owe my master? 100 bushels of wheat. He would say, delete that and write 50. At the bottom tail end of that parable, Jesus says, So concerning the things of this world, it looks like the Gentiles, the people of the world, the non-believers, the not born again, are better than the children of the kingdom. To me, that was a big rebuke and challenge by Jesus to us who are born again. Open your eyes. Think big. Counter your challenges. Ask God for wisdom. But don't be corrupt. In business, we don't use the heavenly standards. We use what we call the Babylonian system. The Babylonian system is the system of this world. The world has its own systems of doing business, of doing everything. For you to prosper, you must understand that system. The taxation system, the legal system, the advertisement, the media system, the economic system. Those are not heavenly. They are earthly. But you see, we try to come into the Babylonian system with the kingdom mentality. So you want to be nice to everybody. You also want to, I don't know how I will put it, but this is the point I'm trying to bring. So, like, when you are in business, make sure that you pay your taxes on time, on schedule. Number 2, know how to handle your employees. Number 3, run basic bookkeeping, because it will. That's what Jesus was saying. This is where I will end. With the time, I have learned that God have special agent, business, I will call them messengers or helpers. You only discover this with the time, because as much as these businesses thrive, the devil, especially for the kingdom, has a lot of backlash. And I have given you a couple of them. So when you begin to discover that your stuff is not moving, customers are beginning, even good customers are beginning to walk away, or they are just having tragedies, they can't continue to buy from you, it's time to go and ask God for help. I've had like 2 cases, but I will give you one as a conclusion. Around September last year, I was going through a very, very difficult, because from August through October, after the tax period and after the summer, usually there isn't very good cash flow right across. So I discovered I'm not doing very well. So one morning, I'm in prayer, and I lift up my hands and I tell God, I need angels that will locate customers, that will locate appliances, that will. And I started telling God what I need. I was very specific. And I said, I need this one before the end of the day for my business to thrive. And when I pray, I believe God is my partner, because you asked me about that. So I come here very confident. And I don't give him, like, you must come here at 7. No, I have prayed. So God, let your will be done. So that time I remember I came here. The day was just like any other normal day. Nothing, no sales, no people asking for anything. At around 4, when we are about to close, there came a Spanish guy. He stopped a 19-wheeler over there at the gate. Then he came running. And he said, are you the owner? I said, yes, sir, I am the owner. He said, do you buy appliances? I said, yes, I do. He said, there is a time when your son was there, but we are not in town, and we wanted to sell some appliances too, but now we have some. I said, let us walk to the truck, let me see. So I got into the truck. It was packed with brand new appliances. Lump sum figure. Then they said, if you want more, we have 6 trucks within this. And we can be bringing them every other day. I see that all the trucks come here. They are selling them to me like for 50, 75. I think the highest I ever paid was like 200. And they are working.
Yes.
Some of them are scratching. They have a very small, minor, scratch or small problem. So they would download, I would come put them here.
Yes.
I would put 900. The following day, they are all gone. You know what?
Yes.
I know this is not normal. I knew they just located them
yes.
and brought them around.
Yes.
Customers started coming from Michigan,
yes.
Elkhart, all over the place. So
yes.
business angels are there.
Yes.
Entrepreneurial angels are there.
Yes.
How do I know? Because in the story of Jacob, when he was at Laban, it's the angels who helped him understand how to increase the flock.
Yes.
And they taught him the formulas and the strategies.
Yes.
What about Isaac?
Yes.
It is the angels.
It is, yes.
And so many other cases in the Bible where angels gave other people wisdom, located the business entrepreneur, and also the spirit of favor, grace and favor. People like Solomon. God bless you. And those online, never say no.
Yes.
God is greater than what we think. And He's able to start with us and make us extremely at a high, make our star shine greater and greater, brighter and brighter.
Yes.
Yeah, the Bible says, and your end will be exceedingly great. I haven't reached there.
Yes. You've heard it. It's partnership, knowing that you're a steward, and depending on God in everything that and knowing
beware of them.
Beware of them. Those are the nuggets that we have gotten from this interview. Join us next time on the next one.